Bloodline shows up in full effect on Monday Night Raw. DX celebrates 25 years, and Seth Rollins becomes your new United States Champion. Tune in for the rest.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of GOW, the Generation of Wrestling Podcast. As always, is yours truly, the 29-year-old PTO of the franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's resident tribal chief. And with me, as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He is the flyest in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka EC's resident Isaac Hayes, King 2 Gold in the building, bro. What's good?
My man, 100 grand. What's good, man? What's up with you, man? What's up with the people, man? Hey, man, look here. We had a hell of a weekend, man. We had a hell of a return Saturday. We had a couple of hell of a returns last night. Bro, man, we got some news to talk about wrestling-wise. You know, man, let's do what we do, man. We talking, we hanging out. We with the people. If you can't tell, your boys already had a few shots in. I got no work tomorrow, so I'm off tomorrow. So, you know, I'm going to relax and enjoy myself. Got some stew upstairs cooking. Mama cooking up the cheesecake. Man, we about to eat good over here, man. What's good in the hood, Leo? What's good in the hood?
Yes, sir. Mr. GOW's correspondent in the building, Leo.
Exactly,
got to show love to
baby.
our brother.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, you got the
man,
honorary.
You know what?
And then you got the honorary GOWski, and that's Leo.
You know what, man? I think Leo needs a promotion, man. He is now the international correspondent, man. Leo. We man. Look, I swear to God, man. When we get on, Leo gonna have to get a check, because man, Leo, bro, man, you man, but yeah, man, Leo, man, we gonna have to look. We gonna have to talk, man. But he has now been leveled up to the international, because you know it's just like, man, my man comes through in the clutch like no other, man. So yeah, man, you the international correspondent, Leo, man. So we appreciate you, brother. But bro, let's do what we do, man.
Hey, man, we know, like you said, before we do what we do, got to show love to Leo, man. Hey, man, my boy got more
and
promotions
everybody
from
else,
us
and everybody
than anybody
else,
I know. I ain't never seen somebody got that many damn promotions. My boy
man,
Leo,
look
man,
at man, I swear, man, it's like, man, once we do, we already got our list. We already got our list. It is what it is. When things get right, when it is what it is, man.
Hey, Leo says his raise just went from $0.00 to 0 zeros. Hey, look. We pay you back in love and respect, man. Love and respect.
Hey, brother, man, most definitely, man, because you rock with your boys, and we definitely rock with you, man. You, Champ, everybody, baby, everybody, man. We appreciate y'all.
All right, man. Let's talk about what happened. So last night, man, was the WWE Monday Night Raw season premiere. It was also the celebration of 25 years of D Generation X. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, we got that boy, the Road Dogg, Jesse James. We got the badass Billy Gunn. We got
we were minus the badass. There was no badass.
We were minus, but the crowd made sure you knew it. And, you know,
so cool. There was no badass.
I thought that was cool how they didn't say his name, but Road Dogg pointed to the crowd and he let the crowd do it. I mean, hey, I respect it. I like that the little shot that Corey Graves said on commentary. He like the other guy over there doing things with office supplies at the other company. I was like, okay, nice little nod.
I mean, you know it's got to be that. You know it's got to be that because AEW definitely sending their shot. So WWE got to they got to keep it going. Triple H understands the game. He understands the assignment. It's all good.
Oh man, look, it's all love. It's all love and war, man. But look, hey, so first match tonight, we get that boy Cleveland's own Johnny Gargano versus Austin Theory. Man, Gargano ended up picking up the victory. Then we get Rey Mysterio versus Chad Gable. Rey Mysterio ended up picking up the victory, but got his ass handed to him by Dom. And okay, bro, so I'm still not buying this. As much as Dom attacks Rey, as much as Dom is provoking Rey, I do. And I mean this with all due respect. Please.
I'm still not buying it. Like, who was buying it? Who bought it?
But here's the thing. Rhea Ripley, to me, poses a lot more legitimate threat than Dominik Mysterio.
It's Rhea Ripley, man. We got more respect for Rhea Ripley. We know she's tougher than Dom, man. Come on, dude. Look, okay, seriously. All jokes aside, I'm a little tipsy. Yeah. All jokes aside. What up, Chad? The problem with Dom is everybody still sees him as Dom, man. Dom hasn't done anything. He clotheslined. It's one thing if he clotheslined Edge and he kicked his dad. He didn't kick his dad. He just clotheslined him. He hasn't really done anything heinous to really separate himself from what people have already been seeing him as. That to me, that's the only thing. It's like, bro, if you're gonna do this storyline, and I mean, let's be honest, Rhea Ripley's getting more respect because she's the main reason. We all understand why Dom is with Judgment Day. It ain't nothing about Damian Priest. It ain't got nothing to do with Finn Balor. Man,
Right.
it's Rhea Ripley. That's the storyline. Storyline is Rhea Ripley. She just seduced Dom by bullying his ass and whooping on him and giving him rough foreplay during the show.
Style.
I mean, right, man. Like that's what it is. That's how that's coming off, man. So no, it's not. Nobody's buying. No one has bought Dom, man. Dom is that kid that's wrestling with his dad and who was Uncle Eddie and that's Dom. And Dom,
is it true, Daddy? Is it true?
Right. So Dom needs to. They're building up to it. They're obviously building up to it. But I feel like Dom should have been did. He should have been did something heinous. He should have been did something that was like, yo, you despicable little son of a bitch. Or when I see you, I'm about to whoop your ass. That's what Dom needs to do.
Hey, Dom need that Tariq from Power Heat, man.
Man, he do. Yeah. That's exactly what he needs. That is exactly what he needs, and he hasn't gotten it yet. Yeah. Man, that just when I see you, I just want to smack the piss out of you. Like that is the type of heat that Dom needs, and he hasn't gotten it yet. So right now, you just getting a whole bunch of, but it also looked like Dom is still lost a little bit, and I think that's just what kind of right. So I think that's just what kind of it still kind of comes off that it's Dom, man, because it's Ray's son. So it's Dom's, we got to roll with it. But I want it to be more than that for him. But to be honest, it's like, bruh, again, you saying you ain't buying. When was you ever buying Dom as a legit heel, man? Like, come on, man. Nobody was buying this. What happened at the Clash at the Castle was not good enough. It needed to put a stamp that Dom was fully committed to this, and this ain't gonna be some pity father-son reconnection later on.
Yeah, man. And Leo says, man, we'll get a Dom versus Ray at Mania. The whole angle is a flop. That's true, man.
That's what we're gonna get. That's what they're gonna build to. I said it a while ago. I'm like, we already know what the story is gonna be. It's just about when it finally happens. It's gonna be Dom versus Ray for WrestleMania. If you don't think if you don't think Ray's finna put his son on at WrestleMania, you crazy. If you a father and you got your son old enough to be in the business while you still in the business, you ain't finna do any father, flat out, any father of a son that is look at what LeBron doing. Like, bro, flat out, bro. If you not gonna, if you can and you able to. And you, of course, you gonna do it. So we already understood that. It was just how they gonna build it. That's the question. Now, when he first came in, it was cool. Even though people didn't really like it when he was tagging with Ray, it was cool. But it's what I expected, man. Dom's coming in. All right, cool. He got to get the ropes. Dom gonna have to take some beatings. And Dom has taken some beatings. I mean, shit. Dom has taken some beatings, but I think the execution for the heel turn, it should have been a little bit more impactful than what we got, because it really hasn't. I mean, I get the story where they're telling they got to drag it out because you can't do this before Mania. Which is kind of the bad point. Like, I feel like maybe they pulled the trigger on it a little too early. Maybe they could have waited till Survivor Series. You could have did it in a 5-man tag match where Dom would have turned on him, and maybe I think you could have bought yourself a little more time. I think doing it now, you could have still told the story. I don't know. I'm just a fan, but uh, you got a lot of time between now and Mania. We know this is going to be it, but are you going to have people interested all the way through? That's the question.
Tuco, man, before we move on to the next topic.
What's up, man? Go ahead, man.
The LCJ says that Dom should be the one to retire Rey. I actually don't disagree with that.
I agree with it.
Yeah.
I agree with it. No, I'm sorry. I agree with that. No, that's cool. But will Dom be at that level to where it's like, you despicable son of a bitch? Like that's where I want to, that's how I want to feel about Dom. I don't feel that way about Dom yet. Make me feel like I want to bitch smack his ass the minute I see him. That's how you tell that story where he retires his father. Of course, man. Like I said, that your father, that's your son. Hell yeah, I do the same thing. Shit.
All right, the next big moment of the night, man. So we got the United States Championship, man. We got Bobby Lashley versus Seth freaking Rollins. But before we get to that, man, so we got Bobby Lashley. He's out in the ring. He's doing his pose. He's getting ready. He's getting hype. He ready to go ahead and defend his title, man. And then the next thing you know, we got that music hitting. Bro, we heard no rumors, no reports, no nothing. Nobody knew this man was going to be in the building until he showed up. I'm talking about that boy, Cowboy Brock Lesnar showed up. And, bro, I ain't going to lie. He put a hurting on Bobby. But guess what? We talk about give me what I want. I think Triple H is giving the people what we wanted for over 15 years now. And that's Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. But before we get to that, we got Seth Rollins coming out. Seth Rollins poking at the bear. Bobby Lashley was in no way, shape, or form supposed to be competing after that beatdown that he took from Brock Lesnar. But no, Seth Rollins doing what Seth Rollins do. He's the architect for a reason. He's living rent-free. He's building doubt in the mind of Bobby Lashley. Went out there, pedigree my boy, curb stomped the shit out of him, and now new United States champion and two-time Grand Slam champion Seth freaking Rollins comes away with the victory. Post-match, Bobby says, hey, look, Seth, I ain't done with you, but next week, Brock, I'm challenging you. Me versus you. Too cold, man. Take it away. What you think of the whole thing?
Okay. let me put some respect on a few things.
Yes.
Seth Rollins versus Bobby Lashley, for the purposes of what happened to Bobby before the match, I'm fine with everything that happened. Because if you're going to take the title off somebody, especially Bobby Lashley, and when you really think about Bobby Lashley's U.S. title run, it kind of had a moment, but it quickly flattened out. So you hate, in a way, he was, oh man, how do I want to say this? You know what? Gotta keep it real. He was a placeholder because you couldn't have him in the main title picture.
Yep.
All right.
But you still let him look strong.
Right. So he beat Austin Theory. He wins the U.S. title. He has a couple of matches, but it's nothing really. It's nothing really that's really groundbreaking. So, Leo, as always, so we understood what Bobby's title reign was. The thing for me was about the whole Seth Rollins is again, I don't care for Seth Rollins to win this championship. It's overdue now for Seth to go at Roman, but I understand there's a bigger picture with Roman. But I man, I want Seth to get it. I want Seth to do it, man, because I know it needs to be done. And if there's anybody right now that I want to have the championship on them, that I wish can get the championship off of them, it's Seth Rollins. I want Seth, because right now where Seth Rollins is as a character, just overall, man, the dude is dude, he's on another level almost. It's I don't want to. I can compare him to others, but I want to let him have his own shine, man. Seth's on another thing right now, and it's like, dude, you can do no wrong with Seth. You can do no. You know you gonna get one quality in the match. You're gonna get a nice promo. You're not even nice. You're gonna get a really good promo because you know when he want to
Absolutely.
talk shit, he can talk shit, and he's a dependable champion. He's somebody you know will show up. I'm tired of the champions that don't show up. I want fighting
Yeah.
champions. I'm a
Fighting
fan of
champion.
fighting champions. At least with Seth, I know he'll be on the show more.
Right.
I get it with Roman. I understand with Roman, but man, I want him to have a title. I want Kevin Owens to have the other title. I want them two to be my main champions. Now,
Yeah.
but the United States Championship, I understood what it was. So the match was good as far as what it needed to be. The storytelling of Brock coming out, beating down Bobby, and then okay, Seth coming down, doing what he do to manipulate, and you soldiers don't quit. Okay, damn.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we say
Okay,
you will let
Triple
down
H.
your country. Hey man, if anybody know Bobby Lashley,
Bro,
if you know
come on,
anybody that
man.
served in the military, that's the worst thing you can sit there and say is that they don't care about their country. That they gonna come
But
back
it's
swinging.
but because it's Seth and it's him saying it the way he's saying it, being who he
Yeah.
is, it's like you
Yeah.
asshole. But you know Bobby's got to do. You know Bobby's finna do it because it's like,
Oh
bro,
yeah, for sure.
shit. You know he's about to lose. So I had no problem with none of that. I just didn't care that Seth won the United States Championship. That
I
that
got you.
that was the kind of the downer for me for all of that. It was just the fact that I man, I'm ready for the next phase. The tribal the bloodline thing is what it is. It's moving at a slow pace, even though it's not a guarantee that it's going to be The Rock. It could go Jey Uso.
I was
I'm
about to
I'm
say,
starting to think that it may not be The Rock. They may be throwing The Rock out there, or The Rock may
yeah,
be one person, another person Roman just beats. But I'm thinking Wrestle for Mania. Hey man, I'm starting to think it possibly could be Jey Uso. We could get main event Jey Uso going up against Roman and knocking him off of that championship.
all right,
It's still a
well, you
far
know what?
fetch, but
Let's talk
I
about
gotta
that.
put
Let's
it
talk
out
about
there.
Well, let's talk about main event Jay because the last big moment of the night. Of course, we got Elias. He's coming back next week, so they
Boo,
announced that. So no more Ezekiel.
boo.
Elias is
His
coming back.
beard won't be as long. His beard won't be as long.
Of course not. Of course not. But then, so earlier in the night, man. So you got the bloodline in the ring, right? Then you got that boy Riddle coming out. First of all, again, Sami Zayn for another week in a row, making Roman and the whole bloodline break character in the ring. This guy, hey, he was funny as hell. Hey, when he be like, hey, my dog. You see like Roman and Jay and everybody cracking up. He like, hey, Oos, everybody else is cool, but you're not acting real oosy right now. I'm like, what?
I ain't gonna
What?
lie. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, I don't know if Sammy is just going out there and just doing what he do.
Bro, I
Hey,
swear
look.
that shit seems like off the cuff. It seems so random. Like he don't have it planned. He just going out there talking shit.
I ain't gonna lie. When he said that shit, he was like, "Hey, yo, you ain't acting real oosy." I'm like, real oosy. Wait. Wait. Oh
He not acting
shit! You
real
looked
oosy
at
right
Jay. You saw Roman. You saw even SIKOA had to look like he wanted to laugh, but he's like, "Nah, I can't. Nah, hold that shit in. Hold that shit in. Don't you laugh.
now. Yeah,
Hold that shit
yeah,
in."
yeah,
Hey,
yeah, yeah,
hey,
yeah.
but I'm like, "Whoa,
Hey, but, hey,
hey."
did you see Jay whispering to him off to the side though? He like, bro, you a fool.
Yeah, like, hey, because Sami Zayn is a fool, man. Look, I ain't gonna lie, man. Okay, kind of go off topic, but that ain't nothing new. Sami Zayn, man. Look, Sammy has always had a respect for what he's done in the ring. NXT, the WWE, we always wanted to see more out of him. We always wanted to see something a little more serious from him.
Yeah,
But obviously because Vince just doesn't. Vince saw something else, and I'm not going to say that Sami isn't good at what he does. Obviously, the man is good. He's always kind of been this kind of quirky kind of character. It's worked well for him. He's always been somebody that's been able to come out and kind of speak. I won't call him the greatest promo. I was calling him that now, but as he came up, you know, he worked on it. He got better.
Right.
But dude, Sami, there was a point where I got tired of seeing Sami being in this kind of role because you know, I knew he was better than this. And we all knew Sami was better than this. We all know what Sami could do. So we wanted to see him, you know, kind of have a real good run. But boy, I cannot lie. Man, dude, like Chad Gable. Like shush please, like Mr. Shush please. Sami has reached a new plateau, man. Like it's like if the bloodline, they have found their, if there was ever a thing where you wonder what could they do to get more heat when they turn on Sami Zayn, my God, dude, the level of the level of FU. You know, I'm trying not to.
Dude, Sami, he's going to probably be the top babyface in the company at that point.
He's going to be the top babyface, but the fact that it's like you can like they obviously Roman and them acknowledge it off top. Like, bro, like, dude, the people want to hear from you. Like, so, wait, excuse me, Roman, Roman. I just one second. It's like the minute he grabbed the microphone and say something, it's like, oh yes, Sami's about to. All right, let's go. It's about to go. And of course, bro, you know, we're cool. You know, he's cool. I'm cool. You're cool. But you know, you're not acting real oozy. It's like, dude, where, how, why, where did it come? Who? Like who? Uzi? Really? You're not fit? Okay, all right. But Sami, right, man? That's just like, bruh. It's so stupid. It's funny. Like it's just one of those things where it's like that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But that was genius. Oh, that was genius. Uzi, you're just not acting real Uzi. It's like, damn, dude. Like that's you. How much more disrespectful can you get?
Yeah. And then he be
like, my dog. Yeet, my dog. Yeet. Hey, you don't get to see yeet. I get to say yeet. He get to say you get to, but you don't get to say yeet. Yeet. I'm like, oh, you know what? Riddle acting the fool. I'm like, you know what? Okay. This is just letting guys go.
You know what kills me is, so when it comes to the whole bloodline dynamic, now that Roman has put Sami in charge of Jey, so to speak, it's funny because
that's something else.
But here's the funny part, because you know you had Sami Zayn for the longest time playing the conspiracy theories, right? And now it's Jey the one playing the conspiracy theories against Sami. It's like can't nobody see what Jey see. Jey sees something, but no, everybody else is missing it. You know,
because Jey's a hothead. Jey's always been the hothead. Yeah,
it's like you got Solo the Street Fighter. He like, hey yo, you know, I think Sami's a good addition. I like what you bring to the table. You got Roman, like, you know,
he's helped him win.
I understand. You've sacrificed me. You got Paul Heyman like, all right. I didn't like it at first, but hey, I agree with anything my tribal chief said. So by default, I like you. And then you got Jimmy. Him and Jimmy even got a handshake. You know, and it's funny because whenever them two hit their handshake, bruh, and they paying Jey, you see the haterade in Jey so crazy, bruh. Like Jey, like, damn, man, you don't even do a handshake on TV. What's up with that?
Right, like, and that's why I'm like, man, you know what? You can tease The Rock all you want, but let's be honest. Do any of us? Are there people that would like to see The Rock win? Yes. Would people really want to see Rock win, or would they rather see it be somebody that you don't expect? Right. I think that's and I have to say that's a resounding yes. I do think there are a lot of people like, oh man, if The Rock, but it's like, but The Rock ain't. But what are you gonna do? Come back and win, and then what? Give it up? Like, it's like, what's the expectation? Because it's like he ain't gonna be there for a minute. So it's like, what do you really expect? But with Jey Uso, with somebody else, I think you feel different.
The fact that this guy has beaten Brock Lesnar, the fact this guy has beaten The Undertaker at the show of shows of all things. You mean to tell me, shit, brother, Undertaker wrestled more post-retirement than The Rock has? I'm sorry. I love The Rock, but at this point, I do not. I think the last person The Rock has faced post his full-time WWE
Cena.
career that was
Cena.
believable with Cena. And even that was a decade ago. So at this point, I don't buy a Rock coming in beating anybody just off top like that. Unless you got somebody maybe like a Ricochet or something. But as far as Roman Reigns, you're not about to tell me that nobody's been able to see Roman Reigns in the last, 2.5 years. But then here comes The Rock from Hollywood, ain't wrestled since God knows when, and he gonna be the one to beat. Like, nah.
No matter how much training or days off he has or whatever.
Yeah.
And I know that they're saying he may have time off between, where, leading up to Mania, where he might have enough time off to train. But even The Rock ain't, man, he's not. One, he's older. Two, if he was looking somewhat out of ring rust when he fought Cena, you can only imagine what it would be now. So and him being the professional that it's one thing when it was Austin. Austin doesn't have a real style. Austin's style is brawling. Austin went out there and just brawled with Kevin Owens. That fits so well.
Right.
That's not The Rock. The Rock is showmanship. The Rock is entertainment. The Rock is, man, The Rock is his charisma, man. The Rock is different. So if The Rock can't deliver, I don't want to see that. And I'm not doubting that The Rock can't deliver, but man, look, I'm gotta be honest about this, man. I rather it be the tease. Even if he does have a match, I don't want it at WrestleMania. I'm now at the fact where even if you tell me where The Rock will come back and he will give him a match, okay, he'll have one match just to play on the whole head of the table, being the head of the family type thing, which that's a storyline in itself, and I totally get that. So I'm not against that. It's just okay, you can do that leading up to WrestleMania.
Right.
Do Jey Uso or do somebody else. I truly think now of the mindset, you gotta do somebody else. It can't be The Rock.
But I'm gonna be honest, Jey Uso makes perfect sense because you gotta tie this whole thing off. You gotta tie
Seth.
it off.
And so does Seth in a way.
And
like Seth makes sense too.
Yeah. Seth. But my thing is, with Jey, I think he could really, if people feel like the bloodline is starting to kind of get a little stale, Jey Uso is the perfect crack in the armor because it makes the perfect sense. Because Jey started off the right-hand man before anybody was even there.
That's true, but I already told you, if the bloodline ever needs anything to get them over, when they decide to screw over Sami, or when Sami does something to get himself, that right there in itself is going to get them all they need going into WrestleMania. Because again, like I said earlier, I still believe it will be Sami and Kevin Owens taking the tag titles off of the Usos. I think they'll be the ones to beat the Usos finally for those tag titles. And then when it's them, and then they can split it up or whatever they do, or whatever Triple H is going to do with the titles, which I think each show will have their own championships once again. Then you can move forward with because whatever happened with Jey could be the reason, but Jey would be the reason because Jey's finna go back to being, I'm not taking your shit no more, Roman. Whatever, dude. And then him and his brother, they'll have that little storyline, and then it can finish off with him and Roman. And then the bloodline can, cease to exist because it'll be over. But they would have legitimacy because, I mean, honestly, there's only a handful of groups that has been as dominant as they have. So honestly, I agree. I'm glad we're in agreement that Jey Uso would be a great choice to beat Roman, but Jay's gonna have to add something to that arsenal. He's gonna have to pull something out the bag that we ain't know Jey could do, and Jey could provide that. You could beat Roman. You can't come with what you came with before, because that was just getting you good matches. But I don't think you won any of them. I think you lost every single match against Roman. Yeah. So if you lost every single match just doing what you were doing then, you're gonna really have to come out the bag for this setup. But even if it ain't Roman, if it's Seth, man, that plays into it its own self and what it can be. And you can still have the dysfunction of the bloodline. You can still have the Usos lose the titles. You can still have Jay being the odd man out or whatever with Roman and being distrustful or whatever. And you can still do all that other stuff. So there's still a way to kind of finesse all of that, man. But overall, I know we kind of went off topic, man. But yeah, Sami Zayn, telling Jay he's not real Uzi. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. That was kind of the most funniest thing for me for the night. Even way more funnier than the DX stuff.
I was about to say, then of course, man, after that, that was the main event. And then of course we had DX, man, doing their their final hurrah, again, celebrating 25 years. They kept it short and to the point, came out, did a shtick, thanked the crowd, and then we went off the air. Shawn Michaels says, if we come back here in another 25 years, please put us out our misery. So I appreciate the fact that they understand they're getting up there. Even Road Dogg called him D-Geriatric X, so they understand, man, that Father Time is far removed from being.
They're all in their 50s. I mean, Shawn is the oldest. I mean, shit, they're all about 60s, 55, 60. Shit, hell yeah, they all out there. Yeah, shit. They reach a Ric Flair status now.
man. And, Ricky just gonna be Rick. But bro, that's that. We had a quick little teaser from Bray Wyatt. He will be showing up in official capacity on Friday Night SmackDown.
That's what they say. That's what they say.
The rumor is he's going to be officially listed on the SmackDown roster, so he will be a SmackDown superstar moving forward, at least for the time.
I know USA ain't happy about that, but then again, it's WWE. You can show up whenever.
Oh, of course. But other than that, man, so look, man, we went through, covered the season premiere Raw. Tomorrow is Wednesday night, and you know what that means. It's AEW Dynamite. We got the stack card, man, coming up tomorrow.
From Toronto.
From Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So yeah, that's gonna be good. My dog here, King Zuko, man, he gonna take care of all the emceeing on that event. Our review show tomorrow, our live stream, watch along.
Jericho versus Bryan Danielson for the Ring of Honor Championship. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty.
Sir. Yes,
I ain't gonna say that'd be pretty decent. It'd be pretty decent. I'll say that.
Well, bro, I'm ready for tomorrow. I know you ready, man. Before we get off, any final thoughts, any final parting words for the people?
Nah, man. I think I rambled on enough, man. We went a whole 33 minutes, bro. I know we messed up because we gave ourselves a time. When we know better, we don't give ourselves a time because when we give ourselves a time, we always go over that time. So no, I think I rambled on enough. It was good seeing the folks come out and holler, and chat with us, but. Yeah, man, not a bad show, man. It was pretty cool. It was pretty decent. Man, I still don't care about Seth Rollins. I still don't care about Seth winning the U.S. title, but all that other stuff was cool. I guess we'll get an official Bobby versus Brock match for Crown Jewel. I meant to say that earlier. I guess we'll finally get that. I just hope nobody gets injured, where we actually get a really good match and not one kind of tainted because of a championship, but a real actual brawl between these two.
Absolutely. But like I said, man, again, it was cool to hang out with you, talk the talk. Like I said, see the people for a little bit. But man, we got to get ready for tomorrow. We got a long day ahead of us, and then of course we're gonna cap it off tomorrow night with the Wednesday night block party. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of GOW, the Generation Wrestling Podcast. I'm the 29-year-old piece of gold. He is King Zuko. Yeet, my dog.
Yeet.
Yeet.
Uzi.
You ain't Uzi.
You ain't Uzi. You not really Uzi.
Uzi Juicy with a fade like Boosie.
Yeah.
I love Lucy.
Yeah, you not acting Uzi, man. Why you not acting real Uzi, man?
I'm gonna say that next time somebody start tripping on me, I'm like, man, you ain't acting real Uzi.
Acting real Uzi, man. You ain't acting real Uzi, man.
Hey, man, you ain't Uzi enough right now. Why you so uptight, bro? Get a little
right, man. Hell yeah. Oh shit. Oh, what did Sammy do? Oh goddamn! Yep. There it is, man. When you ain't act, when people want to come on the podcast, you ain't acting real oozy. We gonna give it to you, man.
Real
We gonna let
Uzi,
you know.
boss.
We gonna let you know, man.
Hey, you acting real Jey Uso right now. What's going on, man? You ain't Uzi enough right now.
You ain't Uzi enough, man.
You ain't Uzi.
Up your Oos game, bro. Up your Oos game, man. Come on, man.
Hey.
All right, man. We stupid, man. Go ahead. All right, man. Let's go, man.
Peace.
Yeah, see y'all, man.